welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. As the title suggests, this is basically an explanation of the fundamental principles of the Slimming World. That was a mouthful, wasn't it? So I get asked a lot, how does Slimming World work? And if you've never ever been, then I can imagine it's quite confusing. You see people eating all this food and you're like, how the hell are they losing weight? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk you through the basics of it. You really need to join a group. If you can't get to a group, then go online, but just getting a pack and trying to follow the plan at home on your own, or Food Optimize at home on your own, it isn't going to be as effective. You learn so much by going to group and getting the proper new member talk. There's stacks and stacks of information, and this video isn't going to be going into every single little detail of Slimming World, because we know that following it from home is a lot more challenging than actually going to group or joining online. So this is just, if you've never ever done Slimming World or you're struggling to understand the basics, then I'll go through all that for you, and then hopefully you can decide if Slimming World's for you or not. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be, because I think it's the most amazing, you know, plan that there is out there. The great thing is, guys, it isn't a diet. So I don't want anyone thinking, oh God, yeah, but if I do Slimming World, I'm never going to be able to eat that again. I'm never going to be able to eat that again. It's not about that. There's so many different things that you can actually still have, but just a healthier version. So honestly, it's amazing. I lost 3 stone in 3 months on it. I kept that off for 16 years. Obviously now I'm pregnant with twins, so I am not necessarily going to be losing weight. I am going to be getting a little bit bigger, well, quite a lot bigger by the end of it. But the great thing is, because it's so healthy, I can still follow it. So I'm going to pass on now my 16 years experience. I'm also a trained consultant. I'm a senior consultant, so my group is a gold group, and I'm also a team developer for Slimming World. I absolutely just adore Slimming World. I adore the people that work at head office. I adore the food. I adore the plan. I adore everybody that I work with. I just think it's the most amazing company. So I just want to give you that explanation. So I'll stop going on and I'll talk you through it. So what happens when you join? Well, if you go along in the morning to a group, or you go along into the evening, or we do have some afternoon sessions as well, what will happen is you'll walk in, you'll hopefully get a really nice warm welcome, definitely doing my group, and I'm sure you're doing all groups. And then you sit down with the consultant and you get what we call a new members talk. Now that normally lasts about 25 minutes, and the consultant will go through everything there is to know about the plan. So you'll get a pack, and inside the pack are loads of different books. So this is my pack. This is a little bit old now, but the main book will look like that. So Love Food Optimizing. So if you like your food, this is going to be the plan for you. Now there is lots and lots and lots of information in this book. So like I said, you really do need to go and join, but I will explain the basics. Now also in here are other books about Love Friendship, Love Your Slimming World group. I always find that that one is fantastic for kind of like helping you get your head into gear. It isn't just as simple as what you eat. A lot of us need help with how to, you know, mentally lose weight as well. So this is really useful. It also explains a little bit about the club rules, what to expect in the Slimming World group. I'm actually in this book, so this is a really old picture of me, but yeah, you can't escape me. I get everywhere. So I really like this book as well, because if you just took this pack and then tried to lose weight at home, you're still technically slimming alone. So it works for some people, and if it works for them, then that's absolutely fine. You know, it's not a problem. I do understand that some people do really struggle to get to groups, so that's absolutely fine. But if you're brand new to it and you don't really get it, then really getting the whole new member talk and staying to group is vital. So we've also got a book on body magic, so that's just what we call exercise. So there's loads in there, absolutely loads. Now the basics of Slimming World, just to give you that kind of like brief understanding of it, is we have 3 steps to our plan. So our plan is called Extra Easy. There is another plan called Extra Easy SP. I've done a whole video dedicated on Extra Easy SP. So I'll pop a link below and you can go and watch that. But the basic principles of Extra Easy are 3 simple steps. That's all you're going to be doing every day. 3 simple steps. Because it's not a diet, we want to make sure that it fits in with everybody's lifestyles. So step 1 is choose your free foods. Now the fantastic thing about free foods is there's no weighing, no measuring, no counting. You can eat them freely until you're satisfied. So So what we're trying to do is eat until we're comfortably full. We don't want anybody going hungry, but we also need to stop once we're full. So we want you to feel satisfied, but we don't want you to feel sick. So the line is up to you. We believe that you're an adult, and we want you to try and learn how to intuitively eat, and free foods are very, very low risk. They're not going to harm your weight loss massively. They are the foods that we should be trying to fill up on as much as we can every single day, because they're healthy and they're filling and they've got high satiety power. So they will keep you feeling nice and full and protected. Years ago, when I tried to diet, I'd pretty much live off like one sandwich and a packet of crisps, and that's all I'd eat all day. Crazy. That was just when I was a young girl, didn't know any better. I've tried so many diets, and because you're starving, you're just going to end up going and blowing it and binging. You might lose weight temporarily, but A, it messes with your head, and B, it messes with your body too. So by filling up on nutritious, healthy, free foods, that's the best thing you can do. Now, step number 1 is the biggest number in your book, because it's the most important step. So most of the food that you choose on a daily basis will come from the free food section. So what are free foods? They're things like vegetables and fruit. So some of them will get a speed food label and some of them won't. If they're a speed food, they're even lower in calories or energy density. So they will boost and speed up your weight loss. So again, you need to join to be able to understand all this properly. But you've got fruit and you've got veg. Then you've got things like meat and poultry. So as long as you don't add any fat and you remove any fat, they're classed as free food. You've got things like eggs. You've got some certain fat-free dairy products. Some of the corn stuff is also a free food. Potatoes are free. That blows everybody's mind. And also dried pasta and noodles and rice. So all of these foods are actually really, really healthy, and per gram, protein and carbohydrate have the same calories. So you don't need to stress about eating carbohydrates. The key to step 1 is making sure that 1/3 of your plate with every meal, where possible, is full of speed food. So again, this is where you'll get a massive benefit by going and joining a group and staying to a group, because you'll understand what all that means so much better. So just nice, healthy, colourful, filling meals. That's step 1. Step 2 is healthy extras. Now, because we need to make sure that you're staying healthy, you can include 1 dairy option a day and 1 fibre option a day. So healthy extras tend to need to be weighed and measured unless you pick from the grab and go section. So step 2, I kind of look at that as about 15% of your daily intake. Step 1, about 80. So the second step, it can be stuff like milk or cheese for your healthy extra A. So a lot of people have milk, some people prefer to have cheese. It's up to you. But you need to know the weights and measurements, and that's all in your book. Then healthy extra B can often be something like a cereal, but only certain cereals are a healthy extra. So again, you need the book and the group. You can have things like Weet-Bix, so they tend to be high fibre cereal. Or some people choose to have bread, but there's only certain types of bread that are a healthy extra. Or you can have things like Ryvita, dried, canned and cooked fruit. You could have some of the soups as a healthy extra, or some nuts and seeds. So you would learn all of that by staying to class and making sure that you read the pack properly. So you've had your free food, that's step 1. Step 2 is your healthy extra A and B. The last little step, which is short for synergy, is going to be your sins. Now, it frustrates me a little bit when people misunderstand what sins are. People say, oh, you're going to teach people about sins, or oh, sins means that you're being naughty and you shouldn't have it. No, no, no. It's spelled with a Y, not with an I. It's short for synergy. All 3 parts together working as one. It doesn't mean you're being naughty. You don't have to confess your sins. It's synergy. So this is the smallest part of the plan. So free food, healthy extras, sins. And it needs to be the smallest part, otherwise you're not going to lose weight. However, we don't want to take that away from you, because then you're going to feel like you're on a diet. So sins are there to take the guilt out of the things that you enjoy, but they are high risk. Therefore, we need to eat them in moderation. And that's fine, because you can still enjoy them. You've got all this amazing free food and all this healthy extras, and then you can just save your sins for the things that you enjoy. So women tend to get 5 to 15 depending on what we weigh, and men can get 20 onwards, again depending on what they weigh. Another reason why it's so important to go and join a group. So if you don't join a group, you're not going to know if your sins need tailoring a little bit for you. So yeah, it's really important that you get the professional advice from your consultant on that as well. Sins are basically anything that's not a free food or not a healthy extra. So things like crisps, sweets, cake, chocolate, alcohol, certain sauces and things, all those sort of things are sins. So the whole idea of weight loss is that you are going to make small changes. You might need to change how you cook, shop, or how you prepare food, but they're not going to be big changes because it's not a diet. It's actually so easy. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll pop a link to my Instagram below, or Facebook. You'll see the amount of food that I eat, and no one could ever accuse me of being on a diet. Never, because I eat loads. But because I fill up on free food and speed food, that's why my weight losses were always so fast. I didn't live off my sins. I lived off my free food, and then I had my sins if I needed them. So some people get it a little bit twisted and they do 3, 2, 1, and they try and live off their sins rather than their free food, and that's when they can come unstuck. If you do the 1, 2, 3 principle and you focus on the, you know, low risk foods like your free foods, and just keep an eye on your high risk food, which is your sins, you'll lose weight beautifully. So really, it's just healthy eating. All you're doing is food optimizing. You're getting into new healthy habits and new healthy grooves. So not only can you lose weight, you will keep it off. So that's the basics of food optimizing and Slimming World. You can go online, you can use the app, you can use the website. You probably find there's posters locally or banners, and you know, a lot of people talk about Slimming World. So I'd highly recommend just going along and finding your local group and then hearing a little bit more about how it works for yourself. But this will hopefully give you a bit of indication of how it all works and inspired you to go along and join. So thank you so much for watching. A little box is going to pop up in a minute around here. Click the button and that means you can subscribe to my channel. I do videos about my ongoing twin pregnancy, IVF, beauty, fashion, Slimming World, food. I blog about loads of different things, so I'd really love it if you could be part of my channel. If any of your friends are thinking about joining Slimming World, then maybe give them a heads up on this video. So I'm going to love you and leave you because I'm going to go and make some food now, and it'll be free food. So thank you so much for watching. Happy shopping, guys.